very, very exciting venture that we will be starting, and your students will benefit greatly from this. First, I'd like to introduce a few people. Tonight we have here School Committee Vice Chairman Bob Vogler, School Committee Woman Barbara Grondine, Arthur Nicholson, former principal of Methuen High School, who is now the Special Projects Administrator of our construction, David Green from Owners Project Managers, James Juker, Supervising Principal of Methuen High School, and Principal Suzanne Lamoureux from the Marsh School, pre-K through 8, and Suzanne is Chairwoman of the Building Committee. I think I have everybody. And I'm Interim Superintendent Judy Scannell. Again, this is a very, very exciting point that Methuen High School is at, and we are going to begin this wonderful project that your students will benefit from. And all our 8th grade students will be moving on to grade 9 in the central building next year as we begin renovation at Methuen High School. The exciting piece of this is a wonderful transition for the 8th graders to all be housed as 9th graders at the central building. The benefit of this is that these students will all meet. They will really come together as a team and hopefully move on in a very positive direction as they enter as sophomores. The educational piece of this will be discussed by Jim Juka tonight, and we are going to cover as many areas as we possibly can with you. Tonight is a generic piece for us. We are going to have 2 more meetings, one in February and then again in May as we get closer to the deadline. The central building right now houses the administration. We will be moving out of there by the end of December, and the renovations of the central building will begin in January. The building is going to be absolutely beautiful, and you will have everything in that building that's being offered at the high school. So with that, I'm going to turn this right over to Jim Juka.
Good evening, everyone. Regarding input from you folks tonight, actually we had some input already, which has been helpful. We generally have a tour of this school, and I held off the tour for the 8th grade parents this fall. But what we might do is bring it back, naturally because the kids are going to be going to central school. So one of the first comments I heard from a parent tonight, geez, would you be offering a tour? So give us a few days, and I think what we might do is line up a tour anyway, because your students in 8th grade, if you have an 8th grader, we have a mixture of 5, 6, 7, 8 parents here tonight. The students will be coming back for grade 10 and 11, 12 anyway. So let us formulate that, and we'll get back to you on the tour. Certainly thank you for coming. This meeting is one of our ways of passing along information to you folks. We're going to use newsletters. We're going to make a video. Students will make a video. We'll make one, administrators and staff. We'll try to give you as many updates as we can. Certainly the newspapers will do their part. But we want to get you informed, get the kids informed so you can make your decisions, and certainly enter the school year with as little anxiety as possible. The planning for this move means considering all the options regarding the timetables, budget certainly, the input from all of us, the advanced building prep, staffing, big point, and the student needs, material needs, and the space needed. And if you get a chance later, take a look at the floor plans we have up here in front. One key to successful high schools, and certainly to higher graduation rates, is an effective transition for the grade 8 and grade 9. I say this because if a student comes in and has a bumpy grade 9 and a bumpy sophomore year, there's a tendency for them to give up and we don't want that. So this is key for us, it's key for you, and we're going to do our best to give the present 8th graders going into 9th grade the best opportunity possible. The goal of this process is making a positive transition, offering a program that's equal to the program we have now this year for grade 9. Isolating grade 9 is viewed in many circles, educational circles, to be a good thing, and I agree. It's an opportunity to make a structured, measured move. Central, it's a fabulous building if you haven't been in. It's obviously an old building, but it's well maintained, well built. We have to do some structural, not structural, but cosmetic adjustments to it. We're putting in an elevator, making some rooms into classrooms that aren't classrooms, now they're offices. The big move here, advantage, is the kids will have walls. So that's number one. Academically, it'll be the same. The freshman program is structured to offer all we offer now in terms of English, math, science, and social studies, plus electives, foreign language, art. And we're developing at this time an extra block. Feel free to come right down to the front if you want. Extra block, which is made up of a current freshman exploratory program, which I'll explain. And essentially what we're trying to do is get the kids involved in a basics block. You'll have advisor-advisee opportunities, which we don't have now. And this is in the planning stages. It might change a little bit. We'd like to get into content area coaching. As the kids come up from grade 8 into the higher levels of academics, we want their reading levels to improve as well. If the kids come in, 8th graders come in, 9th graders come in, and they're at a 6th grade or 7th grade reading level and the book's at a 10th grade, right away we have a problem. So we're going to have the teachers, we're trying to do that now, have the content area teachers teach the students how to approach the content area. For instance, science teacher would take a class and examine, geez, how do we go about reading a chapter in a book? Science book, social studies the same, and math likewise. I mentioned advisor-advisee groups. Our accreditation organization, NEAS, is coming back in 2 years, and they're going to be looking for this. Now, if they weren't coming back at all, I would still want to do this because it's important for the kids. We want to make sure these kids have support coming into 9th grade and going into 10th. And with advising periodically, we can ease the transition and make for a better grade 9 year. I mentioned the freshman exploratory. Let me go into that a little bit. We started that this year, and essentially what it is, it's out of our career and technology department, and it includes accounting, marketing, biotech manufacturing, and web development. What we're trying to do is when we have 450 9th graders, we want them exposed to every part of the program we have here at Methuen High School. In some cases, these kids will go through and make a commitment for a career path in the career and tech. In other cases, the college-bound students will use these courses as electives. So it behooves us to expose all the kids to this program. As for schedules, what we're trying to do now is nail down an effective schedule for both buildings that cater to giving the 9th grade students access to our clubs, teams, band, chorus, marching band, and athletics, while also answering the state mandate for time on learning. And it's tough to do, but we have a big committee working on it now. And we started right after we entered school this September. And we have a committee of counselors and teachers. We're going to get student input, parent input as well. So we're going to be well-rounded in terms of the input, but we want to do it now and on paper and plan so we don't look at each other in August, come August, and say, geez, why did we do this?